Hey there, welcome to my weekly messages. I'm Jelaila Star. Today the topic is it time for you to walk in two worlds? Now, people have often thought, oh, walking in two worlds, that's Greg Braden's book. And I remember it was one of the first books I read back in 1997 when I was actually launching my mission. And he talked about the day would come when we would be walking in two different worlds, a higher and 3D. But we always wondered what that would look like, and now we're beginning to see what it is. Well, the reason I decided to do this topic is because I've been talking to many of you about the idea of me going back into the 3D working world. And, I had a lot of feelings about that. I was confused as to whether I should. A lot of times when you get an assignment, if you will, you don't quite see it as an assignment, and you don't quite understand it until you've actually taken the steps and you're either in it or you've gone and completed it and you're looking back. Well, this time I'm kind of in it, and now I'm beginning to see what it was. For a long time I thought that my work was over and that I would be phasing out. Well, I think that my work is over in the way that I was doing it, but my work isn't over in a new way of doing it. The old way was just being here and doing weekly messages and traveling and doing conferences and speaking and writing books and all that good stuff, just staying out on the bleeding edge, if you will, as a spiritual teacher. Well, when the call came for me to go back into 3D, I was like, wow, where's that coming from? But now I get it. I mean, it's like all coming together. It's like you're talking all the pieces, but you don't see how all the pieces fit together. Well, now I'm beginning to see how they fit together even more. We are less than 6 months away from our planet moving through that field of energy emanating out of the galactic core and spreading across the equatorial plane of our galaxy. At that point, as I've said many times, but I'm repeating it for all those of you who are new, okay? We are going to go through that field of energy, and it vibrates at a much faster rate than our current vibratory rate. What happens is when you move through a field like that, everything that you think starts to manifest much more quickly. And if you notice how fast things are manifesting now, imagine them manifesting 1,000 times faster. Whoa, it's like whatever you think, boom, it's like right there. That means the good and the bad. So the things that are functional are going to manifest in positive, loving, unity, and the things that we're carrying that are fear-based are going to result in more reasons to feel that much more quickly. Not good. So we got less than 6 months to dump as much of that fear as we can. But we have, at the same time, this whole bunch of people that are starting to awaken now, which we knew would happen at the very end when all this work to set templates in place and, grids and start educating with movies like The Secret and now the movie Thrive by Foster Gamble, where more of the global elite are actually defecting and creating these amazing movies to show the rest of the world what their families are doing. It's great. Anyway, as more people are starting to wake up, I thought for a long time that the third wave of ascension, the star seeds would awaken in mass and take care of them, take care of the rest of the world. And whether or not it was part of the plan that the first wave of teachers, which awakened in the late 80s up to like 1996, 1997, were to go back in and help out, I don't know. But what's happening is a lot of the first wave teachers are now being called back into 3D, in many cases back to the kind of work we came out of, as a way to learn how to walk in two worlds and to help create, shall we say, role models, if you will, for how to live as a person walking in two worlds. So what that means is that people like myself are being called to go back into 3D and to take our higher consciousness with us. So that's what I'm doing. But it looks like I'm not the only one who's being called to do that. So if you are one of those people who feel that as a first wave teacher, you are being called back, what are the signs? Number one, your business will slow down to almost non-existent. So there's no funding there. You know, as long as you have a mission, there's usually funding for it. And when the funding stops, it's time to go in a new direction. Secondly, you'll lose a passion for it. And third, some great opportunity is going to come your way in the 3D world to entice you back. And it will be something that maybe you did before, maybe you're interested in. And if those signs come your way all together without you looking for them, then you know that maybe it's time to move on that. So what are we to do if we go back? Well, like I said, we are to be role models. We are to not give up our current work, like I'm not going to give up the weekly messages, but I'm supposed to start sharing with you guys how I'm dealing with the 3D world. For example, how I'm dealing with going back into working every day, how I'm handling family issues that come up as a result, how I'm dealing with coworkers or clients or whoever, how I'm dealing with the challenges that I face with, instead of dealing with them in the old way that I used to when I was thinking like just a typical 3D person. I can now share with you how I deal with this as from a higher awareness, applying that into 3D, and then how I'm experiencing 3D world. Right now, I'm loving it. I mean, I'm having a great time. I get to dress up every day and wear nice jewelry and put on lipstick. And, I used to run around in jeans and yoga pants and sweats all the time for 16 years. So a decade or more of that, I'm done with that. But I'm really enjoying this. I'm having the best time. I put more miles on my car in the last 30 days than I have in the last year. I mean, it's 9 years old and only 70,000 miles. You do the math. That ain't a whole lot of traveling. So I'm having a great time and I'm really, really overall enjoying it. The challenges I've faced, they're tough, but I'm seeing them from a different light. And I'm starting to be able to share unexpectedly with people that I meet who are dealing with what appears to be insurmountable challenges, being able to share just little tidbits to help them look at it differently and shift it. And that's kind of fun too. So I will keep you apprised of my progress as I journey back into 3D and pioneer a new way to walk in two worlds. And hopefully other teachers will begin to do the same. And we'll complete this final step. So that's it for today. And I will talk to you next week.